Hello.
Word on the streets is that you're crazy.
This is
And I
Dope
honestly
Rabbit.
believe you are.
Subject is macabre.
If I was really crazy, I'd run up inside an orphanage and torment kids and beat babies' faces with bags of oranges. Fake my
Like, that beat is, if it's not got your head going, you know, there's clearly something wrong with you, like developmentally or cognitively in some degree. You know, your head must be going at the point that beat kicks in. So let's start again, and you know, if your head wasn't going, maybe just like reevaluate your life 1 second, and then
Hello,
let's start again.
Word on the streets is that you're crazy. And I honestly believe you are. Listen, if I was really crazy, I'd run up inside an orphanage and torment kids and beat babies' faces with bags of oranges. Fake my origin and tell people that I was born to sin. I'd go back to filming molested porn again. I would murder a nigga that steal his body from whatever mortgage.
Here it's just a collection of like a few simple things: banging beat, simple multi-syllable rhymes that make some sort of coherent sense. Doesn't matter what the topic is. They make some. I mean, you can with the horror stuff go too much, where you're like, oh, but like, we're all right here. I feel like, well, I'll expand as we go on. So let's start again.
And I honestly believe you are. Listen. If I was really crazy, I'd run up inside an orphanage and torment kids and beat babies' faces with bags of oranges. Fake my origin and tell people that I was born to sin. I'd go back to filming molested porn again. I would murder a nigga that steal his body from whatever morgue it's in and take it back to an alley to torture it. Study all of the Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Chucky horror flicks.
Baby, is that a knife you have in your hand?
Of course it is. I run around crazy like the Afghans doing some black camp boots, wearing the fucking Batman suit and screaming bitches like a fat man scoop. Then tell
Come on. Whose head isn't bouncing to that beat at this point? You know, you're beyond lost if it isn't at that point, I suppose. And again, there's nothing profound here. It's just a beat simply banging and bouncing, and someone who is just doing dope rhyming. Like, it's really good rhyming. Doesn't matter what he's saying, as long as it's coherent to some degree. It is sick multi-syllable rhymes.
Krueger, Michael Myers, and Chucky horror flicks.
Baby, is that a knife you have in your hand?
Of course it is. I run around crazy like the Afghans doing some black camp boots, wearing the fucking Batman suit and screaming bitches like a fat man scoop. Then tell them to take a deep breath, cause this will be the last chance to. I hate on everyone who's sane and gifted. Claim that my brain is missing while sniffing cocaine and then cut my dick for the pain Olympics. If I was crazy, I would go pick up the mic and use it and tell Dwayne Carter that I really like his music. But I'm not crazy.
My biggest criticism of that verse is it's not long enough. It needs to be longer. This next guy, I'm guessing it's Swizzy. I'm guessing. I like his style. Reminds me. Oh yeah, it reminds me of Sean Strange, who's a dope underground rapper. But just going back to Hopsin's verse, like, yeah, it is horror and obscene, but it's also jokey. So he's not taking himself too seriously. It's like it's jokey horror, which is you know, it's easier to digest. And I think this next guy does similar.
I'm not really crazy. If I was manic, I probably would have neglected my responsibilities and made society respect it. I'd walk around in a dress with a can of gas and blow up a motherfucker for laughing with half a match. Dig up all the baby cadavers and grab a basket and shoot them through every window of every crib that I'm passing. I'd probably be back a couple hours later and fuck them with every bottle I cut them within my labor. Take a breather,
That's
make
pretty
a
brutal.
haste of it and bounce toward the house that's adjacent of a chase everyone now to take him down. Tell him I'm the devil and I'm claiming everybody for
Dope multi-syllables though, this dude.
Grab a chainsaw, blow the fucking dust back, leave it off and still ready me a new bloodbath. Run back to the psych ward, check my perimeter and get him before they knew that I left. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a tad bit strange. I can't control the thoughts that always travel through my brain. Oh no, not my fault, so don't blame me. I swear they care that
Okay, chorus. hook's okay.
I won't lie, I'm not as crazy as glue, but if I was, let me describe all the bullshit I would do.
So I'm guessing this is cryptic wisdom. This type of voice, or the high pitched. I used to not like, but I do like now. It's kind of grown on me. One of the people I want to react about is Mad Child, who I'd heard of years ago, but never. It's not even that I disregarded him. I just never really heard him on a track, and then I heard him on a big squad track, and I was like, oh, this guy's voice is intriguing. Then just ended up in a bit of a Mad Child rabbit hole recently. I'm not even very deep into that rabbit hole yet, but I'm enjoying it, and he's dope. But yeah, this kind of voice I like.
Jack off with sandpaper while I'm watching the view. Picturing Whoopi bald headed stroking cock with her bones. I'll throw babies in dryers, strangle tweakers and fidget.
All of them are talking about bloody babies. Definitely riffing off each other.
Swimming gallons of gas, meander to the batting cage and use my dick for a bash.
Yeah, chokey again, good.
Got me a chain, make it rain like Washington and throw a stripper some change. Make her work it on the floor, pussy pop on her handstand. Lick her dirty snatch and film it all on my webcam. Honestly, I'd be itching for gunplay. I cocked the 45 to shoot up church on a Sunday. I'll hijack a plane while it's still on the runway. Rope the stewardess and take the passenger's chop chain.
It's worth saying that guy, the middle guy, all dope rhyming, like multi-syllable rhymes. Not all of their deliveries were as good as Hopsin's, but they were still pretty good. I can imagine that both of those other dudes have some dope tracks. Alright, Hopsin, there you go, my lad. I'm gonna let you off this time. You are crazy as can be, but sometimes we've got to have it, haven't we, son? Now go do your work. I like the beat. So that is Hopsin.